Good afternoon, students. Today we'll start with the new topic of geography or environment. Students, I would like to ask you few questions before starting this chapter. Take a look around. What do you observe? There are many things around us. For example, chair, table, television. And if you look around, what would you see? You see trees, plants, land, water, hills, mountains, and etc. So, we can say that anything that surrounds any living organism is called environment. Now, you can see that wherever you go outside, it is being seen you are surrounded with all the natural beauty. So, that is your environment. Where you are studying in the school, whether you are with your family, it is a part of environment. So let's start with the environment. The definition of the environment: anything that surrounds any living organism is called environment. Example: table, chair, air, water, school, parks, mountains, trees, books, etc. Now we further moving to the other part, that environment consists of many other things. That means it has the elements or components that are, you can see in the picture, that is components of environment. That is natural environment, human environment, and human made environment. You will be seeing in the natural environment, it is the air, water, land, and biosphere. Now, moving to the human environment, it has individual, family, community, religion, education, economy, and political. Now, we further move to the other component of environment, that is human made environment. It is buildings, parks, bridges, monuments, and industries, and there are many things which human has made. Now you can understand that how the humans, or you can say environment, is interrelated. Here we can say in the first one, natural environment. Here it is being given the components. They are what? Air, water, land, living things. These natural environment is being created or gifted by the nature. It is not made by any human beings. So you can say that it is the gift of nature. It is a natural environment. It consists, or you can say components or the part of the environment. So air, water, land, and living things are the part of the natural environment. Now moving to the human environment. Human environment consists of individual, family, society, religion, education, political situation, and economic. That means a human reaction, or you can say interaction between other human beings. Individual will interact with the family members, with the children, with your father and mother. So that is a family. That means you will have a different environment. When you move to the society, you will interact with other people. So you have a different environment. In the same way, religion, that is in the temples, mosques, churches, you will have a different environment. In the political situation where you have working or any other places, you have a different environment. So it is all together. That means humans are creating their own environment. Now moving to the human made environment, and it is seen that human has modified the environment or taking the natural resources into their own benefits. For example, they have made the land, the buildings, not land, on land they have made parks, buildings, industries, roads, then you have monuments for their benefit or for their need for transport or for other purposes. So you can say that these are the components of environment, that is a part of environment, and it will be seen that human environment, whether it is natural environment, they are dependent on each other. It is seen that as humans depend on natural resources directly or indirectly for their day to day needs and requirements, human beings, animals, air, water, soil, vegetation, minerals are found on the earth are the chief resource of the environment. Now, we will see that what is natural environment. It is seen that natural environment are those environment which is not created by the man or human beings, it is created by the nature. And what are they? That is land, water, air, plants and animals, which make a natural environment. And you will be seeing that natural environment is further divided into two components, that is biotic components and abiotic components. Biotic components, you can say that they are also called as the living organisms or living components. And it includes what? They includes microbes, plants, animals and human beings. That means you can understand the outside the flowers, the plants, the grasses, the sunlight, or you cannot sunlight, the plants, the micro, the insects, that comes in the biotic components. Now moving to the abiotic components, or you can say non-living components. It includes, what are they? They are air, water, soil, rocks, minerals. So you can understand that natural environment is further divided into biotic and abiotic components. Now we are further moving to the various domains of the earth, or you can say various domains of the environment. Now you can see the picture here. It is a mixture of all the four components or domains. That is, you have lithosphere, that is called as the land. The second one is the hydrosphere, that is talking about the water. The atmosphere, it is talking about the air. And the fourth one is the biosphere, that it is talking about only the living organisms, that means the living world. Now we'll be moving on to each topic in a brief manner, what it consists and what it is all about. So that is a part of the component, that means environment, and you can say that all comes in the natural environment, and we are the part of the environment. Now we will start with the first topic, that is lithosphere. First of all, what it is? It is the solid crust of the hard top layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks and minerals. It is covered with a thin layer of soil. It has irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, and etc. And it provides forest, grassland for grazing land, for agriculture and human settlement, and it is a source of mineral wealth and resources. Now you can understand that land is the most important resource, that means it is a solid crust and has a hard top layer of the earth, and it has been made by the rocks and minerals covered with thin layers of soil. And you have seen that on the land surface there are various landforms which are formed by the natural processes which you have seen. That is, you have seen the mountains, plateaus, plains. So do you know what our Jharkhand it is? It is a plateau region. So these are the natural formation of the earth. That is, it is being formed by the nature, not by any human beings. And it is, the land is considered to be as the most rich resource. You know that because it provides us food, because on that land we do agriculture, and it also helps provides animals for grazing, and it also provides us the minerals wealth. That means resources, we get it from the land on the surface and beneath the earth's surface. Now we will move to the hydrosphere, that will be talking about only the water surface. So what it is? The water present on the earth's surface is referred as the hydrosphere. So you have seen that whole earth is covered with water, and that is why it is looking like blue in color. So what is that? It is about we are talking about the only about the water. And you will be seeing there are various sources of water and different types or different forms of water, that is water bodies, like rivers, lakes, ponds, waterfalls. So these are the things. And you know what? It is a very important for us because we need water for our survival. Now we'll be moving to the next topic, that is atmosphere. What is atmosphere that we are talking about? We are talking about the air which we breathe. Yes. Now it is what it is? Thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. That is, it is having a thin blanket over the earth's surface. And it consists of number of gases, dust and water vapor. The changes in atmosphere produce changes in weather and climate. It means that whatever the changes it happens in the atmosphere, for example, if any harmful gas is polluting our atmosphere, what will happen? It will change the weather condition, the climate of a particular area. That means you will be seeing various places you have different climate, different temperature and different types of weather conditions. Some of the areas you will be having a heavy rainfall, in some of the areas you will having a very less rainfall, some areas it will be very hot, some of the areas it will be very cold. So you can say that if any change in the atmosphere or in the earth's surface of the atmosphere, you will be seeing changes in the weather and the climatic condition. And it is being seen, it also protects us from the ultraviolet rays from the sun. That means it does not allow the sun rays to enter because it acts as a shield. If have a direct ultraviolet rays enter in our surface, you will be caused with many disease and you will die, we will die. So these are the things. And the atmosphere is held by the gravitational force of the earth. So these are the things which is there in the atmosphere. Now we'll be moving to the fourth one, that is the biosphere. Now biosphere, you can say it is also called as the living world. That means all the plants, animal and human beings make a biosphere. That is why it is being called as the living world. Or you can see it is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water and air interact with each other. So you can understand what is biosphere. It is an interaction zone of the earth, land, water and air interacting with the human beings and the human nature, or you can say with the natural environment. Now we'll move to the next topic, that is ecosystem. Here means an ecosystem includes all the plants and living things. That means, and also the non-living things. It includes all the living things, plants, animals and organisms in a given area, interacting with each other and also with their non-living environment, that is the living things, that is plants and animals and other organisms. They are interacting with the environment in the presence of weather, earth, sun, soil, climate and atmosphere, and it depend on each other. And it is being said that all the plants, animals, human beings depend on each other and their immediate surrounding for an ecosystem. So you can say that even in the pond or in the forest they have a food chain, so that will have a different ecosystem. That means a frog will be eating a insect, and that insect is being eaten by other animals, so you can understand that will create a different ecosystem. So everywhere is having a different ecosystem, that means creating a interaction between the nature and the plants and the animals. So there could be an ecosystem of large rain, forest, grassland, desert, mountains, lake, river, oceans and even in a small pond.